father and him got riches. I be his son, I'm a rich kid. Ain't know me cause I get it. Ask my daddy, he gave me. My father and him got riches.
Pterodactyl action.
This vlog is terrible, bro. And on top of that, bro, it's just gonna be like, wow, Kev sure does love black people, doesn't he? Like, I swear, that's seriously. Yo, from this point on, this camera's staying on because I keep missing stuff. People say
it's so unexpected. I just want to say that
this man look like Childish.
Set it up.
People said I look like Childish too. Once upon a time, I don't think so anymore.
I think they're just saying that because we're both black.
too much face action. Nah, there's nothing wrong with this at all. It's just funny the way it developed.
That you look like what?
Just everybody in my life is just like black. Like, all my friends, like
your friends are black.
Girl, everybody, like everyone's black. It's just nothing's wrong with it, but it's just very funny to me. We're all gonna do a Cleveland steamer.
What is that?
You don't want to know what that is. You do not want to know what that is. It's when you a Cleveland steamer. Snatch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if that's. Oh no! I'm sorry. That's a dirty Sanchez. That's a dirty Sanchez.
He is mixing up.
Yeah, no. And you know what sucks? Yeah. This is the crap I learned in school, okay? Yeah. From like friends and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what'd you walk away from school from? Oh yeah, such great knowledge. Like, I learned what a freaking dirty Sanchez was by my inappropriate friends. Logan, Triano, you know who you are. You're the one that told me that. I was dying when you went there. When we were following you, I was telling him the other day, dude, like I'm just following you, you know, and it's a windy little thing. Yeah. All of a sudden, I just see a deer just like,
yes, bro. Yes, bro.
I was like, dude, I was dying in my car. I was like, bro, you ever just hit a freaking deer?
Yeah, nobody. I don't know.
The car would have been wrecked.
We never talked about that when we got out the car. Basically, I was driving to the park with them one night, and a deer just ran across.
Out of freaking nowhere.
Literally darted as like.
Came out of the night.
It was dark.
It was unreal.
It was dark. I almost hit it.
You know, deciding that I was tired of being broke and having nothing left over, you know, at the end of the day after I got paid, and deciding to actually take action and do something about it was what led me to discovering the book that showed me, you know, everything I know right now about how to manage money, how to build wealth. And once you actually start to apply it and you see those results, and then you're able to look into your savings account, you know, after a week or after 6 months and say, wow, like I have this saved up. Whereas before, like I was telling Kevin, I would get paid, money be gone. By the time I got paid, I was like, yo, where all my money go?
That was same with me.
And I was doing all this unnecessary stuff, like spending money in areas that I didn't need to spend. But the key factor is that I wasn't paying myself first. I wasn't setting that money aside first before I even spent on anything extra. And that was really key for me.
Yo, whatever book you're reading, send me that, because I never heard that.
I'll send you the title.
That terminology.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now I can look at my account and be like, if anything happens, I got this amount saved up and I still got money left in my checking account in case I need to do this or this.
Right.
I told him, when I used to get my paycheck, even on my lunch breaks, I used to go shopping and spend my money constantly on clothes, bro, constantly. Probably at least $100 a month. And I wasn't making that much either. Because where I was working, they wouldn't give me full-time hours. So between clothes and food, my money went right out. And I was always left with nothing and wondering why I'm broke. So the importance of paying yourself first, which I've become very disciplined at doing, where before I even spend money, before I even pay my bills, I set that money aside for myself, that 30% or whatever it was. And a lot of times I say
30%.
Sometimes it's more than that. A lot of the times I'm able to save, 50% of my paycheck or more.
Really?
dead serious, bro.
Because I've been doing 10% for me. I'll put 10% aside. That's what I was told.
You don't even know how many pay periods where I did that and I gave myself only maybe $70 to spend for 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's the power of discipline. But it was a little difficult, to get into the habit of doing that. But once you learn how to cut out unnecessary stuff and save, and then when you're able to look back over your savings account, like, wow, like, it was 300, now it's 600, now it's 900, now it's 1200. Like, when you see it growing like that, you're like, yo, like, if anything happens, like, if I get laid off, like, I'm good, like, I got money.
I got laid off. And, like, I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, if I just kept up with consistently doing what I was doing, I would have been in a better situation.
And then also, once you set that money aside, you clear everything out of the way, then the money you have left to give yourself to spend, you can spend it guilt-free, because at the end of the day, I paid myself first. That's taken care of. I got money left over. My bills are taken care of. So that little you have left, you're not gonna feel guilty like, oh, it's cutting into my bill money, or oh, like, if I spend this, I'm not gonna be able to save this because it's already removed from that account. It's already put away. See, it's guilt-free money now. And on top of that, I realized that I don't need to waste money buying clothes constantly. I used to be eating out all the time, Applebee's, whatever it was, whether it was getting Wendy's on my break at the mall, because I used to work in the mall. I used to go right down to the food court on my break. It was that easy. But I cut that out. Started bringing food from home. My girl helped me out with that. Some days she would pack my lunch, and so that, when you look at it, you'll be like, oh, it's just $7 or $8, that you're spending a day for lunch. You might think it's nothing, but that $8 adds up. 8 times what? Let's say you work 5 days a week. 8 times 5 is what? 40. Times 2 weeks, that's $80. $80 just going towards food. If you only make $200 in a pay period, that's over a quarter of your paycheck gone.
Sure. Yeah, because when you break it down to small numbers,
it down, and that's why those little things add up if you keep doing it. But I was able to then reallocate money to where it needed to actually go.
Right.
And then when you cut out all the BS, you could put that money towards things you actually love, or things you actually want to do. Like earlier this year, I took myself to Las Vegas with my girl, and I had the time of my life. I would not trade that for going out to eat 100 times, having 10 new fresh outfits, 10 new sneakers. I wouldn't trade that for any of that.
Because you can't go nowhere.
You can't trade experiences.
Can't do what you want.
These material stuff don't mean anything. At the end of your life, the stuff that's gonna make you feel like you had a satisfying, fulfilling life is those experiences and the people you connect with. This will break down eventually. This doesn't mean anything. These shoes will get worn out.
This too.
Yeah, this even this.
Your body.
So that's the heart of it, is learn to pay yourself first, learning how to consciously spend your money with things that actually matter, and then learning to invest, which is another thing I've been learning, whether it's the 401k or open up an IRA, which I'm taking my girl to do this weekend.
Roth IRA?
Roth, she didn't even know about that.
Right.
And that's the thing, people suffer and they stay in poverty because they don't educate themselves. They don't have the knowledge.
Yo, that's in the Bible, bro. People perish for lack of knowledge.
People perish. There's a scripture that says that.
Wow.
And a lot of people also think, which I see, which is wrong, that being a Christian somehow means like you're supposed to be poor. You can't have stuff. That's not the case.
I was just bro. Was I not just?
If God wants you to have the best and wants you to have the abundant life, why wouldn't He want you to have certain things?
I was just talking to Kevin.
Know how to manage your money so that you can enjoy it.
Bro,
those are all lies. Money too. That thing, money is evil, is a lie too. Money is simply a tool, point blank.
In the book that I was reading by Dan Locke, right? It's called FU Money.
Yeah.
Like, FU. But he's very vulgar. But the one thing that he said in his book blew my mind because it was so true.
It is.
He said, people say money's evil.
It's not.
And he's like, that's a complete lie. That's total BS. Da da da. He's like, the fact of the matter is, no one wants to believe this. Money is the root of all good. And when he said that, bro, I was like,
and it allows you to do more things with it. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn what I'm trying to learn, because at the end of the day, I want to get to that point where I can do, you know, all those good things I want to do and take care of my family, take care, you know, of those around me and give back. The more I have, the more I can do, you know, not just for myself, but for others, for those around me. The more I can help people out, you know what I'm saying? And money is a tool, allows you to do that.
I'm glad we had this conversation, man. I said Juwan Rich Kid.
Wait, who?
Juwan Don, who was on Jamal's track, 10 Steps.
Oh, 1 2
Yeah. I said him Rich Kid. He's like, yo, son, this is heat.
Really?
Text me a number. I'm gonna cook up a verse real quick.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
You know, because actually I was thinking that if that song had another verse feature on it, oh, it'd be.
Nah, we think, bro, you know we're thinking the same thing.
Jerusalem, the ad-libs in the back.
Yeah.
And you had one ad-lib that drove me crazy because it was just so hot. Like, it was just a quick, like, it was a sound with your mouth, but it was so prominent, and it just filled up that space.
Really?
You didn't even realize it. You probably just, whatever, but I'm telling you, it was this one little, it was like a, like you did like a, and with the radio effect though, and the reverb, oh, it was fire.
Can I hear it?
Yeah.
You know where it is?
Yeah.
I put that prayer in my walk. I don't just live without talking. I don't just talk it, I be it. You see me, then you believe it. Blood, wash, red, bottoms. I got armor.
That.
What?
That right there, you just missed it. Yeah, hang on. Listen for it.
Yo,
right?
your face.
Yeah, no,
You did it again.
Wash, red, bottoms. I got.
That was just, I don't know. I just heard that and I was like, that hot.
Oh, okay.
It just caught my ear.
Can you play it by itself? I want to hear what that
Just
sounds
the
like.
ad-lib?
Yeah.
Juicy. Bottom.
Oh, maybe I said juicy. Juicy. I think that's what I was saying, juicy or something. And it sounds like.
Wow, that's weird. I'm like tripping out right now.
Blood, wash, red, bottoms. I got.
Yeah.
That is weird,
Right?
man.
That is.
Wow, I thought you just went like with your mouth, but you're actually saying juicy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I told you the S's, man, they're prominent.
Wow.
One word sounds like.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
crazy.
even sound like juicy.
Yeah.
You're on a roll. You're on a roll, bro. You really are.
Thank you, man.
You pulling this stuff out your fire, bro.